Welcome back to Senior Connections, brought to you by South Carolina Blue. I'm Kevin Skipper. One thing we know about a lot of our viewers is that as we grow older, we'd love to be independent and stay home as long as we can.
Of course.
But what happens if they fall? What happens if there's an emergency? What happens if you fall in the bathtub? All of those things are real life issues. Tell us about some technology with our guest today to help us with these issues.
Elizabeth Young is from Safe Life Senior. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
First, tell everybody what you do and how you can help folks who are kind of on the border. Can I stay at home longer? Maybe is worried about some of these things.
Well, our mission at Safe Life Senior is to make sure that seniors and the disabled can stay home for as long as possible. And sometimes in order to do that, folks just need to get help quickly in the event of emergency.
So it's just tied into the telephone system, or is it tied in through the internet or computer? So tell us how the technology works.
What we do is come out to the subscriber's home, or the elderly or the disabled, and we would put in what looks like a small speakerphone box unit. They actually wear a pendant that's waterproof that can be worn around the neck or around the wrist. And if they need help, they simply press that button, and a live person would actually come on to make sure that they're okay.
And you said that sometimes seniors are a little bit nervous that if they press that button, you know, they don't want the whole brigade coming, all of the emergency vehicles. So that isn't the first line of defense here, correct?
That's not. We always come on the speakerphone first to ask if that person needs help. If we don't get the response through the speakerphone, the next step is to then call through the home telephone. And then we have responders, so family members, friends, and neighbors that we can call either before the emergency personnel. And of course, if a person needs the ambulance or fire truck or policeman, they can always request that right away as well.
So how about if they're walking out to the mailbox and 100 feet away from the home? Does that cover the outside area?
It does. It does. We actually have installers that would come out and test the barriers of the yard, or if a person likes to go out in their workshop or in their garden. We actually have the furthest range test in the industry, which is 700 to 900 feet, so a pretty good ways away.
So I'm sure you've heard testimony of folks that probably thank you with their lives because you've gotten people there in time to help them.
Oh, definitely.
Tell us about that.
Oh gosh, there are many, many stories from both the family and the subscribers. We constantly get thank you letters. We actually had one lady who fell, and she fell through the glass shower door. And thankfully, she only had some slight cuts. She didn't break anything, but she was able to press the button and get help right away.
Great.
And so that was a huge testimony for us.
Now, sometimes as adult children, we think this is a great idea. But what if I've got a parent that's not as cooperative or maybe a little stubborn? Have you got a pill or an app for that?
Unfortunately, not yet.
Yeah.
But the good thing is education. Always provide education of what's going to happen if help is not gotten quickly. So early intervention is key in the event of emergency, especially a major catastrophe like a heart attack or a stroke, even a fall. If you have to lay on the floor after a fall that may have broken a bone, just that time that you're going to lay there agonizing in pain. And sometimes one of the ploys that a child could use is, do you really want me to have to go through finding you in that position?
Also, for the child looking out for the parent that is worried about bringing up the topic, it's worth bringing it up, at least to explore or to do some of their own exploration?
Definitely. There are so many things that can happen when a person doesn't get help quickly. Rhabdomyolysis, which is an infection of the kidney, simply laying on a damaged muscle for a long period of time can release proteins from that muscle into the bloodstream and then clog the kidneys. That could cause kidney failure or worse, death. So making sure that you get help quickly is very, very important.
So you could come out and give us a demo? That'd be a good way maybe to
certainly,
open up the dialogue with our parents?
Yes, we do free in-home demonstrations. We are a local provider, so we actually have an installer that would be able to come out into the home and speak with you and your family and give you all the information that you need.
Thank you so much for being here today, Elizabeth Young.
Thank you.
And still to come in a minute, a guest from the Midlands Senior Resources is going to talk about some of the really great ways to spend your time helping others. You'll want to stay tuned for that.